Good afternoon to the listener out there. My name is Julia Mokoit, the Executive Director of Ateker Concepts, the organizers of Ateker's annual Entrepreneurship Symposium. This afternoon, I'm joined by colleagues from institutions that have joined and taken interest in supporting the activity that we always host to empower, equip, inspire, and train young people with knowledge that is meant to build their entrepreneurship journey. So I want to take this opportunity to give them an opportunity to say hello, introduce the names, and say the institutions that they represent. Thank you.
Thank you. I am Ben Boham of Terror. I work with the Soroti Catholic Diocese in the development arm, that is Sokadido. And I am particularly heading a team that is implementing the Ateker Development Foundation for multi-actor partnership MAP project. Thank you.
And a very good afternoon. My name is Sarah Asio. I work with Voice of Chess Radio as the promotions manager, presenter, and news anchor. Thank you so much.
Yeah, with that said, today we are here to do a very simple task. And that task is to speak to our audience and the beneficiaries of the first and the second edition of the Ateker Young Entrepreneurship Symposium. This year, you might have realized that there are a bit of changes on the date. Why? Because we had a political season that fell exactly at the season that we used to use to host the symposium. So we thought it wise, because our intention is not to attach this activity to any political divide in our community, because we know how politics has divided so many communities. So we had an extended date that is going to be on the 9th of May. The venue remains Soroti SS, being the central place that we can all converge as the Ateker young people. And I'm very certain that many of you are eager to come and partake again of the knowledge that we always give out in that particular platform. Today, we want to tell the public and encourage every young man out there that while we desire or inspire ourselves to achieve grace in developing ourselves into something meaningful in our communities, we ought to do that with knowledge. There is no way you can get knowledge unless you go through an experience or you hear from those who have had the experience to do so. So with that, we want to give this opportunity to you as a young man who has not yet begun your journey in business or anything that you wish to polish and earn from, whether it's your skill, your passion, your experience, your qualification. All that needs you to have a bit of knowledge on how you can run yourself for you to be able to succeed. I want to say this briefly. Many times, young people think a business is only selling items or a service. But if you look at services in detail or products in detail, you yourself falls in the category of either service or a product. You might be having the ability to be an MC. MCing a function is a business service. How do you package yourself to do marketing and put yourself in a point where you can stand out as the best ceremony manager in all communities that you always identify with? So if you don't know how to brand yourself as a service provider who does MCing, it means you are most likely going to be the one who is going to underprice your services, overcharge your clients, or fail relationships with your clients who are supposed to refer you to other people. You might be a photographer, you might be a DJ. All these things need the same things that any other business needs. You need visibility, you need marketing, you need organization, you need resilience, you need management skills, and this is exactly what Ateker Concepts is trying to see how to spread and teach to every young man who wishes to identify with the Ateker. When we say the Ateker Young Entrepreneur Symposium, we don't necessarily limit it to young people, but we are saying, have you been in business for 10 years and you are sales or cash flow is the same, you are a young entrepreneur. Have you been in business in one location, you've never had an expansion plan, you are still a young entrepreneur. So we are looking at a point where you begin with one camera and end up having a bureau that edits, covers, functions in a large scale format. So this is what we are trying to look at, where you are going to grow yourself from a small enterprise into a multi-holder holding company. So if you're out there and you're such a young person who aspires to grow your business, you are a man or a woman who has been in business for a long while, you need this knowledge and we are here to give it to you. The other thing I want to say is that if we do not actively as a community of Ateker engage in looking for avenues that can create opportunities for young people to find what to do and earn, we risk to multiply domestic violence, early marriages, HIV/AIDS, and all crime will actually take over our communities. Why? Because poverty has the highest contribution to a number of things in our communities. If a family is not able to provide, there will always be misunderstandings between the wife, the children, and the husband. And that is most likely going to divide that family. If young girls fail to get supported by their family, they are most likely going to be forced to look for other ways to sustain themselves to be able to stay at school. And eventually, maybe along the way, they contract HIV or get pregnant early and drop out of school. A young man might not be able to go to school because of poverty at home. So if we do not have avenues that are sustainable for us to be able to earn a living from, the truth I can tell you as the Ateker, we risk to end our generation at a point where we cannot have any reference. So I am encouraging everybody out there, the stakeholders in our community, mostly the political leaders. We are not calling out to you to give us the money, but we are calling out to you to give us your positive political will towards this initiative. All we need from you is encourage your constituents to come through and participate and partake of this knowledge. On that day, we have different stakeholders coming in to present to you different aspects of how best we can build a synergy that is having the entrepreneurship knowledge, the field of your expertise, your experience for you and I to be able to contribute positively to the economy of the Ateker people. Now, URA, URSB, PPDA, and other government entities are meant to be joining us on that day. They come through to give you the gist of understanding on how you can separate local revenue, how to formalize your business, how to do work in compliance with the laws that are in our land, so that in any way you do not tangle yourself with what can fail your enterprise. So for you not to come means you are actually planning not to come out of the ignorance of understanding of how you are supposed to have a conducive working environment that is compliant to the laws that govern entrepreneurship in the country. We also have financial institutions that are going to come through. Many of you who begin businesses have no clear funding sources. You don't know how to organize yourself to be able to scale to a point where you are credit worth to borrow a loan or to access a grant in any other place. By the way, one way to do that is by having knowledge on how you run business. There is no way someone is going to give you a grant if you don't have records of how your business has grown. Traction is important in accessing finances. Every institution that gives out money wants to see that you have the capacity, the capability, and the tools that can draw you to a point where you are able to give them records in a presentation of 2 minutes. Whenever we go for a pitch does not take more than 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, as a director of a business, you are required to sum up your entire journey from the time you began your business, where you are and where you project yourself to be, just like you have it in your business plan. But I want to give you a chip in. Your business plan may not be able to work unless you have the knowledge that can help you build a realistic business plan. Most business plans are very successful on paper, but when they are hit by reality, they fail on the onset. So we are asking you that please come through and get the knowledge that it's going to help you build a realistic, achievable business plan that has clear goals for you. And I can assure you, when you come through, you are not going to fail to find how to start something. I have got testimonies from people who have attended our first edition and second edition. Some people were in Kampala and they left Kampala for the village. Today, they say they are more comfortable in the village than they were in Kampala, because in the village, they are able to earn, impact life, and equally see how to innovate more solutions for their people. So I want to invite you to be one of those change makers who are coming to go with us this journey. Okay? As I wind up, I want to send an appreciation message to a number of organizations that have believed in this concept one more time. And I want to give my first appreciation to Bank of Uganda. Bank of Uganda is the biggest authority in this country that has believed in Ateker concepts for the second time. They believed in us in the last edition, and they have showed the same commitment in this particular edition. And we want to pray that we continue working with them until we get done with our work plan. Our plan is to do this for 5 years. This is our third year. The mission is to create 5,000 businesses by the time we end our 5-year plan. So if you're out there and you think you desire to see Ateker empowered economically, we want to invite you to join Bank of Uganda and other institutions that have believed in us. We don't know what your scope of work is, but if you can find a budget line that you can charge to support the activity, kindly come through. I want in the same way to appreciate Sokadido and Adefo. These two organizations have been at the center of empowering the community of Teso for as long as I can remember. And their impact cannot be taken lightly. And for them to come on board to support this activity, it is to you that proof that honestly, it is only you who is missing out. So if it is convenient with you, before the 9th of May, kindly come through. We guarantee you a platform that is going to give you visibility and approval that whatever you're doing it for the good of the Ateker community. I also want in the same note to appreciate Voice of Teso. Voice of Teso, many of us have known Voice of Teso to be a center radio that has been engaging in empowering young people across our region here. And this time around, they join us as our official radio broadcasting partner. They have given us a full package on how to message the people who are out there, and I can guarantee you that people have called me from the time Voice of Teso came on board. It has given us a very big leap. We are reaching out to more audience, and we believe that there will actually be more people coming through. In fact, we are prepared to host between 2,500 to 3,000 delegates across Teso. The idea is not to just have numbers and celebrate that we have the biggest gathering. The idea is to impact as many people as possible to create a critical mass that can do an impact in the next 5 years. Because we want, by 10 years from now, when Teso has an economy that is able to revolve and support entire ideas that come up within us. Teso is the only sub-region without an innovation hub on skilling young people. We don't have a place that we can go and call a sports center. We don't have an ICT center. We don't have an education center. We don't have all these things. Yet we have these ideas that can be implemented to build a holistic, complete young man within our community. So I want to invite you people who are out there that kindly come through. We have got the interest of TASO. TASO is coming to participate in that symposium as a participating partner because I want to assure you, colleagues, as a businessman, you cannot achieve good results when your health is not good. And today, we are under pressure as young people that anytime you can accidentally or intentionally get infected or contract any disease that may affect your operations. And as a director or a business person, if you're not well, that means your entire system of management, judgment, and anything else will be affected. So TASO has come in. They are going to offer free counseling, testing, and onboarding services to any client that they will find in that day at Soroti SS. So I want to encourage you guys to come through. We have Pankwi. Pankwi is a company based in Katakwi. They do construction and a number of things. They run schools, and they're one of our partners. And the fact that they are with us gives us courage that surely we have local content that goes deeper to local organizations in understanding that they are supposed to stand with us. And of course, I want to send my final appreciation to the media fraternity, the bloggers of TESO, the radio stations of TESO, all platforms that have showed positivity in making sure that this event gets the ultimate visibility that it deserves. I want to appreciate you. I may not be able to name all of them, but I can certainly say that at the end of this event, we are going to send out an appreciation message to every house and every platform that has been able to stand with us. And this is what we've been advocating for. A community that works together for the good of their own people. I want to appreciate you, the media, because you are the center of shaping the opinion, direction, and decisions of our community. And I want to appeal to everyone that is out there that please borrow a leaf from the community of the bloggers and the media fraternity of TESO. They have worked together in several occasions and I've seen results from them. And I want to believe that we shall continue sowing the same seed of goodwill to community initiatives like we are doing today for Ateker. I'm not saying that we should be limited to only this, but we should do this to all those activities that are meant to support and uplift our people. On the issue of the speakers, this year we bring you a dynamite. Many of you might have known him as just a political leader in the names of General J.J. Odongo. That gentleman is a center of experience and knowledge. He's been in business under Orungo Growers as a director, and today he comes to Ateker as a keynote speaker on that day. He's coming to speak with you, his experience in business, and I can assure you, young people out there, whatever is going to speak out is going to change your life. You'll be inspired, you'll be encouraged, and you would have gotten another bit of addition to your point of resilience. We have other speakers we are organizing to come through. We shall be announcing them as we confirm their participation. And of course, the biggest speaker on that day, again, is Papa Emorimor, whom all of us know as one of the oldest entrepreneurs that we have in the land. And being our leader, he has given us another opportunity to tap into his knowledge and experience. So, as a young entrepreneur out there, I expect nothing from you more than attending the function. There is no cost apart from interest, transport to come over. The best you can do is be at the venue before 9 o'clock. 8:30 up to 9, we shall be open. 9 o'clock exactly, we would have closed the gate because we don't want to assume you're coming to the function for tea. Please, we want you there early enough. While breakfast is for free, lunch is for free, certificates are for free, knowledge is for free, we shall not allow latecomers because even in business, 1 minute late, the other person takes the opportunity. I want to appreciate you and give opportunity to Adefo and finally to Voice of Teso, and then we close this day with that kind of information. Thank you so much for listening to me. Asanteni.